Greetings, students of ethnography, anthropology 111. The first module is open. I sent a video last week apologizing for my late start. You have the main thing you're supposed to do, before Friday or before Sunday, which is read that article by Tim Ingold. Okay. There's a few other things I'll go through right now, but that was the main thing I was hoping you'd get done today, or this week. All right. Still, much of your Canvas shell is empty. Actually, it's not really empty. It's loaded with stuff, but I made it all invisible because it'll just confuse you. But the syllabus link is on there now. Clicking the syllabus. Yeah, there it is. Okay, we'll talk about that in a second. Modules are here. Again, there's only 2 modules so far. What we're doing this week, Module 1. It's like a module per week. There's also, and let me stress this, okay? There's some course resources. It says optional for those new to Canvas, okay? If you've taken Canvas courses before, which is all of you, I presume, all of this stuff right here, ignore it, okay? There's even uploads, certification to take a quiz, online readiness. You are not required to do any of these things. I left them in there in case there's one amongst you who really has never done Canvas, which is fine. There you go. Yeah, it's not needed, Also, there's the classic resources here in terms of hyperlinks to phone numbers and stuff if things is not working. Things are not working. So, but the main thing is Module 1. Okay. Yeah. Again, this is the email I sent. That's enough about ethnography from Tim Ingold. Right? It's a great article. These are all supportive things. I like to give you a lot of different support items. It's part of the stuff when I do a lecture, and hopefully this week I'll make a little mini lecture or videotape a lecture and send that out. That would help work through the material. Also, there's another optional background. Anytime you see optional, that means for those who want to do the very least amount of effort possible, and potentially learn the least, okay, that is your choice. I practice Aikido grading. I don't want to get in the way of you working for that C. But I'm not saying you have to do these things to get an A either. It's just that I put in a lot of extra stuff, but don't feel you have to read any of it. If it says optional, Anyway, the last thing is this Flipgrid introduction activity, okay? And I know some of you will cringe at the thought, oh, I have to do some online thing. Jesus, what a pain in the ass. So one person, the instructor wrote a little thing here.
We are going to use...
Yeah, what a lame ass. God, look at him. And then somebody responded. This is a pretend student.
Hello?
Okay, yeah, okay. So, sorry, I had a little fun learning Flipgrid this morning. If you've never done Flipgrid, you're with me. I just figured it out this morning. So before I shaved, as you saw, it's going to be painful for some of you, onerous for others. If you don't like having your picture seen, that, or you're scared about videotaping yourself and all that, I understand all of that. I also am imploring you to consider it. I've never wanted to teach this class online. To the doc students, I did. That was fine. But I met with them every summer, and then I chaired their dissertations. But for this, this is a challenge, doing a course like this completely online. And I'm hoping the Flipgrid modality will help us close the loop and build more of a learning community of sorts. So let's hope that is the case. All right, the syllabus. Let's jump to the syllabus. You see it right here. And again, for due dates, this is a due date, Flipgrid. So do the introduction thing by August 30th. Everything's due on Sundays at 11:59. Starts on Monday. The syllabus is here. All right. There's two different things, what we do every week versus the syllabus itself. And again, feel free to text me anytime. If you want to talk to me, just text and say, hey, could you call? Could we talk on the phone? All right. And there's this research thing you got to do. It's free. Don't do anything and pay for it, okay? For this course, it is zero cost other than the tuition. But this is a kind of a test to see if you're a researcher or whatever. All my hyperlinks are black rather than blue. I'm sorry about that, unless you're colorblind, in which case it wouldn't matter. So you go there and you do this thing. Please do that, by the 13th. Here you see these yellow things here, the observation and the interview activity. I'm not explaining them. I had great details of explanation, but they were all about observing something at a coffee shop, across campus or something like that. I am not doing any of that. All right, and this is part of why I'm shifting gears, and it's taking a little time. We will do observations, but they'll be from your home, from your shelter-in-place locations. All right, there's no need for that. And so those are, the whole course is out of 1,000. So if you just take the last zero off these items, this is 10%, 10%, this is 20%. There's a ethnography by Karen Ho on Wall Street that we're going to be reading as part of the class. And again, that's free. It's like free online. Anyway, it's free. There's another textbook as well, also free. Here, let me jump to the textbooks. Both of these textbooks, this is your methods text, Bailey. The link is right there. Similarly, the Karen Ho's ethnography, they're both free. So there's no need to pay for anything, okay? There's an ethics discussion. That's on an external link. It's on a personal blog that I run. Qualitative methods, questioning, deduction, seduction. I thought that was so clever when I did that. Anyway, what is that? Yeah. And so that's listserv discussion, that we do. Then there's a final project, and I'm holding off on what the final project looks like too. Normally it was a write-up of your mini activities, map a block, interview, observation, all that. All of that's going to be shifted around, and I still have to talk with Hank to see what he's going to do with you guys in the spring so that I can align this more appropriately for him. A third of your grade is participation. That's a shocker. Normally that's like 10%, and I've shifted it radically in relationship to this whole thing. Basically, it's going to mean, are you there? Are you talking? Are you participating? Or are you just writing it in, as it were? So there'll be lists, the regular discussions where you write text, Flipgrid discussions where we talk. Our meetings on Friday, again, I'm going to keep them to optional question and answer. If it moves into that we're getting into new material, then I might have to rethink things. And that could be dependent on you guys. If you guys say, no, I think we should meet every Friday for just an hour, and we should discuss, and that should be worth points, If that's how you're feeling, well, fine. And if everybody's free on Fridays, either from 9 to 10, 10 to 11, or 11 to 12 is the whatever optimal for all of you all, right? I put in this word exegesis just to scare you. I really, really need us to discuss these things with some depth. I treat this like a doctoral level course because I've been teaching, I've been teaching the undergrad version, for a long time, but the doc version for the last decade. And it helps you later if you do go to grad school. So don't be too shocked by it. Anyway, and here's the other normal crap about syllabi that you can see. The weekly thing is going to shift a lot, which is why I'm making this video. The first week, you already saw it. This is when things would be due. It's like 8:30, I guess, right? Sunday. This is exactly what you see. I kind of would love to do this course on Google and not Canvas, but I know some of you might like Canvas. But this syllabus is probably going to hold most of what you need to do. Like for the following week, it's going to be the first chapter of Bailey, that book I mentioned. Well, the hyperlink's right there, and another article by Angrasino, Naturalistic Observation. The article's right there. All right. I've got some PowerPoint slides on it, and they're right there as well. And on and on. Malinowski, he's a classic. We're going to read parts of that. The articles they're all right here on this Google slide. There's some video clips we might watch. But these latter things are going to slightly modify. All right, I've been already changing them to some extent, but I'm warning you. Normally at the end of the syllabus it says the professor reserves the right to change the syllabus. It might happen a bit more in this class than normal, just because of the radical change that's being expected of us. All right, for the whole week of Thanksgiving, I'm just writing it off. I expect nothing from you. Okay, and there's no final exam. Well, there's a take-home final, actually. Take-home final portion. I think that's the only portion is the take-home final. Actually, I got the link to the final right here. I hope it's not inappropriate that I've shared the final too early. I can take it away if someone yells at me. And then, oh yeah, it was already taken down. Anyway, there's some extra links here of other readings that we might use, might not, the hyperlinks to them. Okay, welcome again. I'm sorry I'm introducing Flipgrid to some of you for the first time. You might hate it. I got a daughter at City College who lives down the hall from me, and she already hates it because it's new, But boo-hoo, right? We need to connect, all right? And yeah, and again, if you're camera shy or whatever, text me. You can use an emoji or something. I don't know, but if we were in the school, you'd have to face each other. Mind you, this class and these Flipgrids and these videos we shoot aren't allowed to be shared outside of our small group of 20 people, okay? Because there might be a couple of us amongst us who does not want their face shared anywhere for very good reasons. This is a closed community, just for us. On the Flipgrid side, that's why it is in Canvas, because the security's tight within that. I think that's everything. Do use the question and answer board thing in Canvas. It's in discussions. Please, it's the best way to figure out what's going on. Is it? And you can, all of my announcements and everything have this little hook right here where you can write. So if I send an announcement out, you can make a comment on it, and somebody can reply. So that all of us can reply. It's not just from all of you to me to back to each of you. If we can do this a little more with each other, it might make things better for all of us. All right. Cheers. See you. Oh yeah, Friday. We're gonna meet Friday. All right, probably at 9 a.m. If you're free. If you're not free, no worries. All right. Okay.